Snapple does not sponsor this yet, but they will soon.
They will soon.
They will soon. By now, the intro music just ended. What's up, everybody?
Bum, 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 bum.
My name's Joe Washington, and
My name is Isai Signs.
this is Filming in Progress.
Progress.
You see that we're in this dope-ass movie space right now. We just did a premiere in here the other night. It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
So
Shout out.
Shout out to Dylan Welter
Yep.
and the whole Welter gang and King's Productions.
Mhm.
So this is our first episode.
Number one.
Number 101. We're here to just really introduce you guys to us. Maybe have a good convo or two, laugh about some shit for sure, and keep it going and keep it moving. And then we're gonna do another one and then another one, and you guys are gonna be hooked. That's the plan right now, right?
That's the goal.
So right now, what we're gonna talk about is we're gonna just talk about a little bit how me and E got into this world called the film industry, or just entertainment industry in general, not really film, because like my homie does music too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of have a music background, and then like I guarantee you, we know somebody who does art and dances. Like we have such a collaborative circle. It's crazy, bro.
And that's the cool thing about film too, is like it encapsulates everything. Like from production, obviously, but then you go into music, you go into marketing, you go into distribution, advertisement,
Art department.
like
all those guys get credit, bro.
contracts with like royalties, like everything. Like the film industry is like the art of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like every art's included in the film industry.
That's why it's in such high demand, I feel like too. I feel like now everyone's trying to be a filmmaker in this day and age right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, and it makes sense because you're seeing the shift of like the new wave of filmmakers, the content creators. You know, it's like the YouTubers, the TikTokers, the people that have grown an audience online. Like, they want to be filmmakers too.
Yep.
They don't know the industry. They don't know like the specifics of what they're doing, but you know, they have a camera.
And they're about to start cashing these checks. Wasn't that an article not too long ago? Like, there was something that came out not too long ago talking about, like, TikTokers going to start getting major funding.
For Dixie D'Amelio. You know Dixie D'Amelio?
Yeah.
She has a talk show. It's like the Not So Late talk show or the early, something like that. But she has, like, one of the craziest sets. Like, she's shitting on everyone on late night. Like, it's like a nut. It's like a crazy set. But, like, she's like getting so many more views than like, you know, Stephen Colbert
damn
or
near just in
Jimmy,
primetime TV.
Yeah,
more views than primetime.
Way
God
more,
damn, bro.
Like way more. And if you think about primetime TV, like it really is dying. Like
it low key really is.
They're getting most reviews on YouTube.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So now like the people that are personalities on YouTube are seeing that, and investors. They're like, hey, like what? Like we can get way more ROI on views and attention for like the same price or less. So,
because it's crazy how many people because I used to watch like Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, like all those guys. Like, and sometimes if I'm on cable, I'll catch that shit just because like that shit's good entertainment to me. But like now you definitely see a lot of people who watch Colbert and Fallon. They'll just catch up with it on YouTube the next day and she'll be like, I'll just watch it the next day.
When was the last time you stayed up like till 11 to watch it?
Shit.
Since I was in high school, like falling asleep to TV.
Probably like 3 years. Like honestly, probably like my second year of college. It was the last time I was able to like stay up and like watch TV.
Yeah.
Now I stay up and I'm working.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The TV might be on, but it's just to drown out the sound of like Vinny chewing on some shit or fucking around.
I never got how people can like have the TV on and work at the same time. Like I get too distracted.
Bro, it's easy when you know what you're looking for. Like you don't want to watch the thing that you want to watch. You want to put on the thing that you're least interested in, but you're willing to go back and watch it.
That's too complicated. I'm like, I don't have the bandwidth. I'm like, I'd rather just not have the TV on at all than be like, because also I feel like, I don't know about you, but like whenever I'm doing something that's super like attention intensive, like you have to focus, like writing a script or
like
I mean,
if I'm writing a script or a treatment, then I'm not watching TV. I'm more than lines probably listening to music or something like that.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
I have tried to write a. I have tried to write a movie and I was watching a movie at the same time, and that shit did not work at
No,
all.
it can't.
Like I don't know what I was thinking, even remotely trying to do work while watching a very intriguing fucking movie. I forgot what movie I was watching too. Oh, it was Knives Out. No, I take that back. I did it with Knives Out, but I also did it one day when I was watching like Savages and what's the Denzel Washington movie where he played the American Gangster. That was a good movie. You can't do work and watch American Gangster and watch Denzel
No,
Washington
I
act,
feel
bro.
like I get too like influenced. Like if I really like something, like subconsciously, I feel like I'm like just influenced by it. Like
Oh,
now
yeah.
I want to make something just like what I just watched. You know?
Oh God, 100%.
Even if I'm not thinking about it consciously, like I'd be like, damn, like this looks just like I just lit this like how I watched that one scene of that movie from whatever.
starting to read.
Yeah.
The same way this monologue I just heard was starting
Yeah.
to read.
It's like actually the exact same words except for like one sentence.
Just plagiarizing, bro.
For real.
Man, E, so tell me real quick, man, how did you what was your start? Like what was your end? Like what did you see down the line in life to make you be like, I want to be director of photography, or I just want to go into production in general?
Yeah. Bro, I gotta like some people like stumble across it, but like ever since I was little, I knew like I wanted to make movies and music. Like I had no idea what the film industry was. I had no idea like what that looked like. But ever since I was like 5 or 6, like I would take my parents like VHS camera, like record songs of me like making my own songs, record the video, and like I remember I had the chicken pox one year and I made a whole music video.
Just about chicken pox?
Yeah, I was just talking about how like nobody wanted me and I'm lonely. Cause like when you have the chicken pox, like
you can't be around people.
I can't.
Yeah,
I was in the corner like on one of those like rollout beds, you know?
Did you do an oatmeal bath?
Bro, I'm Mexican, so like we probably had like Vicks and like 7-Up, maybe like some ointments or something.
Hey,
my mom prayed for me. I mean, it works. So like,
said my mom prayed for me.
It worked.
Is your mom Catholic, by the way?
She used to be.
Okay.
She used to be Catholic. Like most of my family was, but then once they moved to the States, I think they kind of got more open minded, and they were like, Catholicism can be a little weird in some areas, especially like the churches that we used to go to. So I think she was like,
bro, I could only imagine. Like, okay, so newsflash, everybody. I didn't even know he was Mexican until like I'm sorry, I tell the story to everybody because it's so fucking funny. We were already like friends for maybe about like maybe 8 months to almost a year, bro, a year. And like we're all in the parking lot after class and whatnot, just chatting it up. He gets a phone call and he just steps off to the side. Next thing I know, he's just like, "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" Just talking straight up Spanish, just so fast, and I'm just like. I walk over to my homie James and I'm just like, "Hey, bro, you know he was Spanish? Did you know he could speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Like, is he like fluent? Like, he's like there? He's Mexican." I was like, "Oh shit!" Thought this dude was white, bro. Literally white Mexican.
You thought I was white?
I thought you were a white
like
Mexican.
straight up Caucasian.
I mean, you'd be surprised, bro.
I get that. So I get like I get everything, bro. I think
or like no Filipino. That's what I thought you were. I thought you were from the Philippines.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
I get Filipino. I get. People usually don't think I'm fully white. They might think I'm like half white. Someone when I was at Northwest my freshman year, I had all the international students come up to me that were Nepalese and Indian, and they would start speaking to me in their native languages,
bro.
And I was like, bro, I don't know what you're saying. Like we'd be at like the CAF, like at the Union, right, getting lunch, and they come up to me super comfortable, like just speaking Nepalese, and I'm like, bro. That's not me, bro.
It's not me.
I'm sorry. Like we can kick it, but I just don't know Nepalese. Like,
do you know English? Like, can I get out of this situation safely without saying something stupid?
Yeah.
Oh
bro.
shit.
But no, I remember that because like I was talking to my mom, and I look at the corner of my eye, and you just look shocked. You're like, I think you were driving or something, or I was driving.
You was about to leave, bro. Yeah, you was about to leave too. You was getting in the car ready to leave, bro. I was low key shook. I was like, when did he? Right. Did he just start taking Spanish?
That's so funny.
Did you take Spanish throughout college too, just to like make it easy? I got
to pass out of that. So
that's right.
I took a test and I passed all my Spanish classes.
Fucking cheater,
bro. My high school teacher, Miss Benavides, bro, she hated me, bro. Like I don't know why, like because my Spanish, like it's my first language,
right?
So
100%.
Like when I was growing up, it's funny. Like I could only speak Spanish. And I was so young, I couldn't really read in English or Spanish. So I was like in the English ESL or whatever.
Okay.
And they were trying to teach me how to like read in English and like speak English like in elementary school. So I got trained essentially like since I was born up to like second grade to only speak Spanish, right? Because my parents spoke Spanish, my family spoke Spanish. And then in school I struggled because I couldn't really like describe stuff, you know, or read. So I remember in third grade, like how I got put in ESL because I faked it, bro. I got to third grade and no one even knew. And we got the Anamorphics chapter books. You remember? Like not the Anamorphics, the Animorphs.
Yeah.
The Animorph books. And it had like the cool title with like the girl turning into a lion or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like a bird, like it's like running and then it's like a bird in like the last like frame of it. But anyways, so I was like pretending I was reading these books. So like we'd have like 30 minutes to like read our chapter books. And I would like lick my fingers and like do everything. So weak. I would lick my fingers, like pretend I'm reading them and shit. Like have like the bookmark. I had so many bookmarks. I couldn't even read English. And then
couldn't even read the bookmarks,
bro. At the end of the semester, I got smoked, bro. We had to do a presentation or an essay, and it was we couldn't even prepare for it. Like it wasn't even like we knew ahead of time or anything. Like it was just like we got split into groups. So I'm like in a group, and we're explaining like the same book that we read over the semester, and I was like, fuck.
I didn't been reading this book.
And then the teacher was nice. She was like, you didn't read this, did you? And I was like,
hell no.
I can't read English. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. She's like, all right, we're going to put you in ESL.
Yeah, we could have avoided this all year. Maybe waste my time, bro, you little asshole.
I think that's where I got my acting chops because I was like, yeah, I read chapter books. Yeah, I was licking my fingers and everything, bro.
I couldn't imagine you not speaking English now. Like I've known you too long now where it's like I couldn't imagine the time when Issa only spoke Spanish.
Well, that's the second part. So like I was in all these courses and like trying to learn English that I started forgetting Spanish. Like by high school, my Spanish started to like be trash. I couldn't even,
word?
Yeah, like in high school I had to make like a conscious decision to like think and like speak in Spanish more. Because if not, like I would have lost it.
Damn. See, my homie Kyle shout out to my homie Kyle Amy back home in Indiana. He like that's my best friend. We grew up since like fourth grade together. But his dad's white and his mom's Mexican. His mom can speak fluent Spanish and they have family in Mexico and all that. But Kyle can't speak like a lick of Spanish. I think his little sister Kiana does just a little bit. And I don't think his brother Eric does at all. But like, it was crazy. That's why I like meeting you and like you just off the gate, like just I'm not even gonna do it because it's racist if I do it, bro. And like that's how real it is right now. the world will cancel me real quick if I try that. It's a crazy world out here, bro. But like and then like meet my homie Kyle for the first time. I asked him too, and like when he was little and he was like, "No, I can't." And I was just like, "Damn!" Like when is that cutoff point? Like is it like when you get to be like in second, third grade where they're just like, hey, you need to just start learning and like, fuck all that other shit, bro. This is America now.
I mean, it's kind of like, and a good way to tie this to like the film industry, and it's like a life lesson. It's kind of philosophical. So I'm about to get deep.
Hey,
but like,
here we go. Buckle up.
Growing up, especially like if you are like a son of an immigrant and like you're not really in the American culture just yet, you know, like my parents, like we were like speaking for them. Like we'd have to make phone calls for them. We'd have to talk to people, like ask for directions. It's like my brother did that a lot for our family. And then I had to do that too for like my dad and my mom. So like we always felt like the outsiders kind of, and we're always working to like just become normal, like in school and stuff.
Yeah.
So we were pushing like a lot of, and it happens with a lot of minorities. Like you try to fit in. So you try to push like what makes you like stand out or different aside as much as possible.
Right.
So like growing up, like it wasn't even like I was doing it on purpose. It was just like almost like a way to like survive or fit in, right? It was like, well, none of my friends know what the hell like and I also my family was very, very Mexican because we had a Mexican restaurant. So like not only
please don't tell me you was one of the little niggas in the back.
Bro, I got a crazy story. Shout out to Kim and Sydney. They were my neighbors down the street, and they'd give me rides sometimes. But like we had like a full blown, at this point we had a food truck. I was like in elementary school, and like my parents were grinding. Like at 5 a.m., they're out there cooking, like they're cutting up,
Prepping and all that
prepping
shit.
everything, cutting up the meat, the beans, like every morning. So like by the time like I got taken to school, like it was like 7 or 8. Like all my clothes smells like carne asada, or it smells like whatever, right? And they would tell me they were like, why do you smell like burritos all the time, right?
Damn, bro.
And I was just like, well, I mean, because I do like it wasn't even like I could be mad at them because it was a fact. Like it was a good observation. Like, damn, like your nose is accurate as hell. They're like, damn, that smells like beans, rice, some cheese, and asada. Like you smell delicious. And I couldn't even be mad about it. I was like, yeah, like.
Damn.
So not only like, obviously I was the son of immigrants, but like I was uber Mexican. My parents like had a Mexican restaurant, like
hit the Mexican food truck. Y'all just talking Mexican out there.
My dad
was y'all the ones that parked on the lawn?
Nah, we were classy.
All
Like
right, cool,
we cared too much about our lawn.
Y'all not LA Mexicans.
Nah, we're not. Yeah. Nah, we're KC Mexicans. Like we were the pioneers. We're the first ones here, so we had to try to make our neighbors happy. But I don't know when you lose it. To answer your question, like you kind of lose it in middle school, high school, because that's kind of when you finally find like your little like your clique, your niche, like your people that you hang out with. But luckily, like all my homies, a lot of them were minorities as well.
Hell yeah!
So we kind of connected on that. But
and that's real too. Like and like to like speak on this just a little bit. Like I remember like working at Home Depot, and a family would come in, and the daughter would be the one communicating with me. Like I literally built an entire kitchen, bro, from the daughter telling me what her parents were talking about.
Yeah,
and like that shit, I was furious just a little bit, simply because like, oh my God, like I'm trying to I wasn't as a trained kitchen designer yet. I was still like green kind of.
right.
So like still trying to learn where things are, where things go, making sure I'm not like fucking up and about to fuck somebody's kitchen up or give them the wrong quote, just shit like that. So like it was frustrating on that part, but like, oh my God, man, I get it. Like you telling me like you had to like speak for them. Like I've seen that shit firsthand, and like that can't be good on a kid's mental, because like they're always you're always like supposed to like, hey, I need you to do this. Like you are always like the necessity in the family kind of thing. Your siblings were like, your brother and your sister still speak fluent Spanish?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, they were born in Mexico, so they have dual citizenship. So, but my brother was definitely like that person in the family. Like he was the one that if like shit hit the fan, you call my brother. So like from a really young age, like he was put, because my brother's 7 years older than me and my sister's 7 years older than him. So we're all 7 years apart.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So my sister was able to kind of get out the earliest. Like she moved out and had like her own life, started her own business. But me and my brother, we're still in high school and still in school together. So he was really like kind of like the person that would stand up for our family a lot of times.
Right.
And I mean, it is tough. Like it is like a feeling of anxiety, because it's like, damn, it's on me. You know what I'm saying? But like, being an adult now, like we're not timid. Like we're not scared to ask for what we need, or like, shy of stuff, because we know like, hey, like if my mom and dad came here, like not knowing a lick of English, and like made a name for themselves and a successful business, like why the hell am I nervous to ask for more guac? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
100%.
Yeah. So
100%. So shout out to the working families, bro. Like that's real talk. Shout out to the working families out there.
Shout out to them.
And like, even though this is about what we try to do here on Filming in Progress, is to talk about life, but also let's tie life back into the shit that we do, which is film. And that can come from any form of film too, any form or any what did we say earlier?
Like form of like, I guess, creative content, creative art. You know what I'm saying?
Anything ties into film, in all honesty. Like it does, you could be a painter, and I can say you're a filmmaker, in all honesty, because you're painting the picture. Like literally, you're painting the frame for me.
And you might get hired. Like we hired people, like artists, graffiti artists for a project. I sure did hire
graffiti artists for that. Straight up, like my first ever, like it wasn't my first ever short, but like the short we did 2 years ago, Colors of My Sin, which is still set to come out sometime soon, hopefully, when like me and this fool can actually like not be working so much.
Yeah.
That is truly the problem. But like I had a whole graffiti guy come in and fucking um the wall was like what, like 20, like 25, 30 feet
Yeah.
long, bro. It was a long wall.
It was
Like
a
I
big
mean,
ass wall.
I do everything in long jump distances because I was a long jumper. So like I always like, all right, I jumped 22. So like I know what this board.
You jumped 22 feet?
Yeah, I jumped. My farthest jump was 22 feet. Yeah,
That's far as hell.
bro. I mean,
Like from one leg jumps.
yeah, like
22 feet.
there's a penultimate step and then 22. Boom.
What?
I mean, I wish I could have gone farther. I honestly
That's
probably,
like a school bus.
I probably honestly could have gone farther if I would have like actually stuck to like the mechanics that they were really trying to teach me. But like when I got into college, there was jumpers that were better than me. There were sprinters that were better than me. So it's like you're trying to come up from like this random ass high school.
Yeah.
And I went to state, but in the 4x1, like I missed it in hurdles. I missed it in long jump and everything. So trying to like get an in to a JUCO that's already in because they just won nationals the year prior, bro. That shit was so hard. Like it was crazy trying to like make yourself known. But everybody, like I have all love for all my teammates that year though. Like the 2009, 2010, like Ren Lake track team. Like you all know who you are if you are listening to this. Like I still love every single one of them. They like that was the squad last year, bro. Roscoe, like I turned on Roscoe Dash for the first time yesterday, bro, while I was driving. And I was like, oh my God, this brings me back. Yes.
Flashbacks, baby.
But no, a little bit about me though, man. I definitely I came into this very unprepared and very not knowing what I wanted to do in life. And I remember going through some very tough times, especially around the time that I left Indiana and moved here. And it was at that moment where I'm sitting in class, and shout out to Dallas Henry. He was my advisor, my professor. And he literally like pulled me, like as soon as class was over, I was walking by his desk. And even I acknowledged, and it was just like, hey, I'm sorry I was sleeping. Like, you got time, I could talk to you maybe like afterwards. Just kind of just like, I like to get to know my teacher a little bit more and also apologize and say that I'm not really a fuck up. Hopefully he believes me. But no, he met with me in his office like 30 minutes later, bro. And he was just like, okay, what's your deal? And like I told him, like I was just like, man, I want to act, I want to direct, I want to write, I want to produce, I want to do this, I want to do that. I used to do music, da 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 da. And I just, the list went on, and he was like, oh shit, so you aren't just a lazy piece of shit. And I was just like, no, I'm not. I just don't know anybody. Like, bro, I went by a whole different name when I moved here, bro.
What was your name?
I went by L when I moved here, bro.
L?
Yeah, just EL. Like, low key, bro. All my assignments for the first semester on some tests, bro, it just said L. I kid you not, L Washington.
That's kind of hard though.
Like
L is a cool name.
Like look, like L, but I feel like when I was saying L Washington, they were probably thinking I was like being some racist ass motherfucker putting in Spanish. What does L mean in Spanish though? Actually,
L is
that
like,
just the?
Yeah. Pretty
So
much.
it'd be the Washington. So people honestly probably thought I was fucking with them, bro.
The Washington.
Just straight up. And I remember Dallas calling me out, and like when he acknowledged when we were doing roll call, there was one day where I was just like, oh, that's my name. Yeah, I'm here. Like completely forgot, bro.
You forgot your own nickname?
Forgot my own nickname.
I'm
bro.
weak. Who the hell's L?
It's like
L.
like,
oh shit.
Oh, that's me, yo. Like I told my people back at home, they was like, bro, I would have done it too if I was you. You don't know these people yet. And like for real though, because that's how I felt. I didn't know any of you. And you weren't even in that class. So like it was like Bo was in that class, Sam was in that class, Kira was in that class, Antonio was in that class, I think Ronald was in that class. Who else? There was a bunch of old Mo West folks from that class that you and me collaborated with. And but I remember telling Dallas, you know, flat out, this is what I want. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna give you a shot, I'm gonna give you opportunity. I'm going to hand your email off to every senior, and we'll just see what happens. And the next thing I know, I was just acting left and right, bro. It was just acting nonstop. And then I did a commercial. Shout out to AIS Insurance in St. Joseph, Missouri. I'm still running that commercial, but I'm not getting royalties off that.
What's up?
Every time I go into St. Joe, it's like, aren't you the AIS guy? I'm like, I wasn't even the AIS guy. That was my homie Steve Catron. I was a bad insurance agent, but I appreciate you remembering my face though. Like, thank you. And yeah, like tomorrow, bro, I get to be part of another project. I get to headline.
Can you talk about that project?
I mean, I haven't signed an NDA, so I'm assuming I can talk about it.
Yeah, you can talk about that shit. Yeah. That's on them.
Like, I get to do Hy-Vee tomorrow, which is pretty dope. Like, even though, like, so for y'all that don't know where we're at right now, we're in KC. We're in the middle of the Midwest, literally.
Mm-hmm. Smack down in the middle.
Smack dab in the middle. So there's this grocery store called Hy-Vee, and they're based out of, like, Minnesota, right? I'm pretty sure.
I thought they were from here.
They're based out of Minnesota or Iowa, bro. I guarantee you. Don't fact check that. Oh, yeah. You got your phone? Fact check that.
We need what's the guy from Joe Rogan's podcast that checks for him? Jamie.
Yeah.
We need a Jamie.
Like, fact check that. Hey, you. There actually ain't nobody behind the camera. This is a 2-man.
I know.
tandem.
We need Cloud. Like Cloud.
We do need Cloud on set right now. Cloud would be nice. Shout out to Chris Hill, y'all. Cloud Atlas. Our president.
Cloud Atlas
Atlantean.
Whatever. Yeah, Cloud Atlantean. Shout out to Cloud.
He didn't want to be here. Bro, so all right. So tell me, where is Hy-Vee from? Like
Hy-Vee, let's see, Hy-Vee.
I guarantee you it's Iowa, bro. It's probably
I think it's from here, bro.
Bro, just because we have a Hy-Vee arena here don't mean shit.
Started in, let's see, Iowa.
Baconsfield,
Iowa.
Bacon or Bakers?
Beacons.
Beaconsfield.
English is my second language.
Going back to that, English is Isai's second language. So I am principal talent in a Hy-Vee shoot tomorrow. Yeah, bro, I'm excited.
How many lines do you have?
I think it's just one line. They gave me the line, and I'm not gonna say it on camera right now because like when I said it when I was saying it like for the audition, I was even like, all right. And then like they told me that I was gonna be doing more than just like flipping burgers, and I was like, man, I think the line might change to like beef to meat, and I was like, I don't know if I want to just say meat on camera like that. Like, I might be a little embarrassed just saying the word meat on camera, but like I don't know what the line's gonna change, if the line will change or not. So apparently they just needed a brother to come in, look handsome, and flip some burgers. And then I was told I'm not only gonna be flipping burgers, I'm gonna be flipping like veggie burgers, turkey burgers, which are still patties. They said fish too. And then, like, I got a random, and this is the thing about production, y'all. You get these random phone calls, and you don't know what to do with the information. So the producer calls me straight up and says, hey, so we want to add in kebabs, so learn how to flip kebabs. And I was like,
a kebab? Like a stick with meat on it?
Yeah, bro. How do you flip a kebab?
You roll it. What?
Yeah, bro. I kid you not, bro.
You tell him that?
I mean, it wasn't my place to. I kind of had a feeling they knew that you can't flip a kebab.
Bro, you'd be surprised. They really, a lot of times,
Low-key, if I get on set tomorrow or anytime this point throughout this week and they ask me, all right, do your kebab flipping, and I flip a fucking kebab, bro, I'm not going to walk off set because they're paying me so much. But I'm not gonna look happy flipping this goddamn kebab, bro. Because what am I supposed to like balance it? I was talking to Charles about that too. I was like, maybe it's like the two sticks, and I'm gonna have two spatulas like this, and our kebab is like balancing in the middle. You know that game that kids that they played back in the day? Yeah. So like, but overall though,
you gotta have a bunch of kebabs on standby.
Kebabs on standby.
They're gonna be hitting the grill, falling off. Like,
bro, I'm gonna bring my own spatula too tomorrow. They said I can.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, like I got an 8 o'clock call time, y'all, and it's like midnight right now. But so this is how we do it.
Listen to Jarrell's crazy ass work ethic. He's been on set all day for another shoot. So what time? What was your call time this morning?
8:30.
8:30.
Mm-hmm.
This man got here to film this podcast at like 11.
Yeah, bro. 11 on the dot, bro.
It's 11:52 right now.
Yeah, bro.
And he has to be up in how many hours? Like 7?
Yeah, 7. I think I have to be up in 6
Sheesh.
to be on set in 7 hours.
Yeah.
So like, but like, I mean, that's just what we do. That's just how we do. And like that goes back to like my intro to all this. And like I'm not gonna give all my information out all at once because you guys are stuck with me for some episodes. So like I'm gonna spread that shit out.
Yeah.
But like it goes back to like I didn't know what I wanted, but now I know what I want. I know how much hard work it takes to fucking do it.
Yep.
Like, bro, it's even you know firsthand. I will call you at 1:00 in the morning if there is a idea that I'm thinking of, if there's something that we didn't think of for the day, if we're missing something for the next day, like it, and we might not even shoot together for weeks on end because we're both busy on our freelance game that we haven't been able to do anything Pangea related lately, but it's every day. Like we're working on another feature.
The gears are always turning.
Are always turning. We got the Quindaro project. We got the blah blah blah. I'm not gonna say project because like
I don't want to talk about that just yet.
Yeah, some of these things I can't talk about because like I'm not gonna give y'all all my shit. Like Hollywood can do that shit. I'm not giving up all my shit because this is all original content we're bringing y'all, man. Just be aware of that. This everything that we do. I don't think it's not. I mean, there might be one. Like the one project is sort of kind of like a reboot, but like at the same time, it's not really a reboot because I'm adventuring out to someone different.
Yeah, it's not really. It's all definitely very.
You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, you're talking about yeah.
The
one that starts with the L.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about
LB? Yeah, LB.
Yeah.
So that one, like Joe's excited for that. I talked to Sean today. Sean's excited for that.
That's dope.
Tony was hella excited for that.
Yeah.
Bro, that project's going to be nuts.
We have to, so with this podcast, like hopefully this sparks us to do more BTS. Like we have to do better with BTS. Like we have to show people what we're, like how we're doing stuff too and record the process.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to Sebastian Smith for that.
Sebastian.
Like that's our straight up our BTS person. And like he did all the BTS for All Love No Beef. And Vic's short that I had him on for. He has all that footage for us, bro. So like, so watch out for that documentary. We're gonna do a documentary on making it in 2020.
Like that was that one where you were filming BTS on sets during the pandemic. Yeah. That was a cool idea.
Every set we were filming on during the pandemic that we had, I would have Sebastian come on and we would do like interviews of like, all right, so how's it working for you? How's it going for you? How is this pandemic shaping what we're going through right now? And like that shit was lived, like we were living in that. And it's crazy to think that, bro, it isn't over. Like,
nah.
And that's one thing we'll also talk about on this show is like how COVID has affected the film industry and like where it's going now and what the new norm, quote unquote. Like Scarlett Joe, she's suing Disney, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
I mean, Disney's doing some weird stuff. Like I don't get their stance on like what they're doing. Even with what's her name? Emma Stone with
what's going on with
Cruella, right? Or
I heard about that.
Like she's thinking about suing Disney too. And I'm just like, bro, Disney has so much money, like
so much fucking money. It was so.
I mean, I get it. Like maybe Black Widow was a flop. We really don't know. Like now with the streaming services, like it's hard to be like box office numbers because those
exactly.
But like, she already did 9 movies for y'all. Like, why like take on the bad PR? You know what I'm saying? Like Disney's even all the weird shit they're doing, like with influences from China and like.
Was it 9 movies?
I think so. I think she was in 9 movies.
She was in the first.
She was in Iron Man.
She was in Iron Man.
In the Avengers. She was in Civil War.
Endgame, Infinity. Yeah,
she was in a bunch.
She was in a bunch. Regardless, like that's racks, bro.
And their thing is like, well, we paid her $20 million. Like don't cry about it. But like you still breached the contract.
You breached the contract.
You know, like you can't just be like, oh, we paid you a shit ton of money, because she's not like, well, the last 10 years you guys made $10 billion off my image or me being a part of this.
And you know what irks me too, going into that, like that's the thing, like for all you fans out there and all you movie watchers and all you people who follow the entertainment, did our monitor just shut off or did the camera shut off? Oh, the camera's still on. Fuck it, I'm gonna keep going.
No, I think our monitor just died.
Yeah, the monitor just died. It's cool. But for all you people out there who go to see these movies and are in such awe of the production value, the explosions, the hot women and all that shit, like you don't see what goes on after that. You don't see what goes on in between that.
Well, for one, shout out to the visual effects artists. They don't get enough love, but like they are literally like what is making
bro. Shout out to the G&E squad.
G&E squad too.
Grip and Electric. Yes. I appreciate all you guys.
I appreciate y'all so much.
Like
bro.
I did not know what it took to do the shit that we do.
Yeah.
Until I saw a good G&E squad. And then I was like, oh shit, like without G&E, without the right G&E, you can't just have you just can't throw random people, like not random people or grips. Like in college, we were just being like, oh, you can be a grip, bro. It's cool. Nah. Thinking that grips was just like an overall, like, you know, you're the overall, you're the PA. No, bro. Grip is a whole new thing, bro.
I know firsthand. I worked in G&E, bro. And like that shows you a whole nother level of like, I mean, they're the ones that pick up heavy shit on set. Like
literally, that's their job.
They
bro.
Literally
they're the ones that when you see the cool shot of like some staircase spiral down the fucking steps shot kind of thing, they're the motherfuckers who set the railings, do the pulley system, bro.
So like on top, like the skill level you need to do it, like is one thing. Because, like, you obviously, like, if you mess up, like, this could hurt someone. This could cause, like, production to fall behind hours. Like, G&E, like, is very important because, like,
very important.
Without them taking their time to do it right, like, disasters can happen. But at the end of the day, like, whenever the director yells, it's a wrap, the producers, the ADs, the ACs, camera, like, we'll break down camera and stuff in the camera department. Right. But like we're just packing stuff up in Pelican cases, like taking little shit off the camera. G&E is taking off like railing, scaffolding, freaking lighting. Like they're having to move like a 3-ton grip truck in and out.
I think we had a 5-ton today too.
A 5-ton. Yeah. Like they're moving in and out. Like they're moving. Tons.
It was damn near empty, bro. And like that's and like always remember to feed your crew. And like I shouldn't have. I'm not saying this to like point fingers at anybody, but like tonight, you know, really showed me that you have to be aware of the situation and like know that these people are here to do a job and they're just as valuable as the people that left 4 or 5 hours ago.
Facts.
So, I mean, like, once again, I'm not trying to point fingers at anybody. There's no blame anywhere towards anybody during this right now. So, whoever's listening to this and wants to throw some shade, bring the shade on, bro.
We want the smoke.
I'll put you in your place. I'll put you in your place. Think I'm fucking around. No, man. And so it's that thing. Like, I need you guys to know while watching this, while listening to this, while watching movies in the future, like, before you have the nerve or the gumption to flat out be like, this movie sucks, you should really think about what it took to make that fucking movie.
Oh, years.
You see, it says $30 million on the budget. Well, let me break that down for you, bro. That movie was really $15 million. That movie wasn't $30 million. That movie was $15 million. And then even then, bro, let me break that down for you again. That production budget was probably $10 million.
Yeah.
And then the other $5 million, I guarantee you it's all going above the line. And like I might be arbitrary off. Like I'm good. I'm actually good with scheduling and budgeting and all that shit. So like I'll get in deeper because like just the what did we work on? What did I work on recently with Charles? GEHA.
Yeah.
Yeah, GEHA. Shout out to GEHA, Kansas City Chiefs, Pat Mahomes, Ryan Murray, all those guys over there. That was like the coolest shoot I've ever been a part of, bro.
Yeah.
And like I actually got to like I hope once we release this, it'll already be out there by now. But like Ryan, I appreciate Ryan. Once again, shout out to Ryan Murray because he was absolutely amazing. He noticed how hard I was already working and immediately like bumped me to coordinator because like, and they headhunted me for PA. Like Marie was like, Jarrell, I know you told me you were booked, but like, is there any way you could? And like, I was kind of like beside myself, like, am I too good to do? Am I too good? Am I actually too good to PA now? Like,
that's
why don't I wanna do
that's
it?
a good, like, I think that'd be valuable to people who are listening to this because it is a fine line of like knowing when you got enough time under yourself and like experience to be like, all right, I need to branch off and turn down work as a PA.
Yeah.
But then again, like, it's so many things involved with that. It's like, is it ego? Is it like just money? Like, I can't turn down work because I need money. Is it, like
work ethic? Like,
work
are you can you bring the heat every day that a PA needs to bring?
Yeah.
Because let me break it. Let me tell you, like, this is what Carrie told me too. Shout out to I'm gonna shout out all these people in this first episode, and like as we talk about them,
we're gonna bring them onto the show.
We'll definitely bring them on the show.
Yeah.
But my homie Kerry Rounds told me, shout out to Kerry Rounds, but he was like, bro, everybody's a PA. Don't ever let the word PA ever scare you away from anything because yes, there is a production assistant, but that production coordinator, he's just a high value production assistant. That production manager, he's just an even more high value production assistant.
Big facts.
Like, you all are PAs. Like, the only person who is not a PA is the director, in all honesty. When you really think about it, the director is the only one who's not a PA. If you have anything to do with the production in general, you are a production assistant.
Yeah.
So,
you're assisting the production.
Exactly. At the end of the day, you're assisting the production.
If they're all like all hands on deck, you're not going to be like, I'm a coordinator. Sorry. Like,
exactly. Like, I've worked with people who've done that. I've worked with people who, use the coordinator ego and they got out of doing harder work or, threw it off to the next person kind of thing. And that's not what I want to be about. So like, if for ever any reason, and once again, I want the smoke. If you can point out I'm telling lies, then come find me, bro, and I'll set you straight. But I don't want to be that guy. Yeah. And like, if I am that guy, I don't care. Text me, call me, whatever y'all got to do. Tweet me, at me. Maybe I'll get more followers out of the shit. But I don't want to be the guy that people hate to work with down like 2-3 years down the road. And I
don't think that like, and it's like really important to have a circle that keeps you in check, keeps you like real, you know what I'm saying? Because the bigger we get, the more success we have, the bigger projects. Like, it is really easy to be like, I made it. Like, I finally worked this hard. I can do this. Now I have more leeway to be an asshole. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I worked on Netflix. I worked on this. I worked on that. Like, now I can like feel like I have leverage over people. But in reality, like, you need people to be around you, be like, hey, like, nah, like, I remember when you were a PA. I remember we were both PAing.
I remember when we PA'd together. What the fuck? What are you doing,
we were
bro?
making up dog shit. Like, what do you mean? Like, we were doing some crazy ass shit. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, and that like, for all the, like, Tatiana, for instance, bro, big shout out to her. Like, I PA'd with Tatiana. I coordinated, and she's been my PA. Like, and now she is the coordinator for art class, previously known as Big. And like, that's a big freaking move. Like, oh my God. And like, it's awesome to see women stepping into those positions. Like, and even more than me, like, I don't trust me, guys. It's not about winning. Like, the only thing that I care about is watching my team win. And everybody is really a part of my team. Like, I could have worked with you last week for the first time, but now you're a part of the team because we bonded on such another level that if I can stand you on set and deal with you on set, then I want you on all my sets.
Yeah.
Because you're a key ingredient, obviously, to keeping a cool set.
And it's something special about someone that just like works their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be the first time you meet them, but you see like how hard they're working, how much they care. Like that. I mean, I don't have to know you that well to be like, damn, like I want to have you around. I want to hire you again. Like I want you to win. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like I'm working with I worked with Dan Lorraine's kid, Connor. And, on GEHA also, and like he was in charge of talent and the motorhome and like just certain like I think he stuck close to like Trace the AD, but he didn't let his title on the call sheet conflict with anything else, because whenever you see like talent PA or like AD PA, there's some of those people who might let it go to their head and they just like linger around the talent or linger around the AD and not really like get shit done.
Yeah.
And like that's cool too if you can show that you have good delegation skills, but you can also work on top of delegating. That's cool.
Yeah.
But like that's not where it's at, bro. Like you can't. Once again, you are a PA.
Yeah.
But like I said though, Connor, he was awesome. It was my second time working with him, I think, because he was on an ESPN shoot that I did. But he was amazing, and I even told him, I was like, bro, give me your number. Like, I would love to like bring you on one of our sets. Like,
yeah,
I mean, you're just a fun guy to be around, a fun cat. You're very calm. You're very cool, collected. Like,
hell yeah.
That's what we need. We need more people who are even level headed. Because if we put on if we get a whole bunch of high strung people on set, bro, it's gonna be a high strung day, and it's not gonna be fun for nobody.
Ain't nobody got time for that, bro.
Like, I'm already past sleep, and I ain't got time for a high strung day.
Exactly.
Like, the fact that I'm able to do this right now is because I know tomorrow I'm just talent.
You just flipping burgers and kebabs. You flipping burgers and kebabs
all day tomorrow.
Getting that juicy day rate.
Like,
let's go.
they told me what I needed to do, and I said, I bet.
So you been practicing?
Nah, bro.
You feel confident?
Hell yeah, bro.
What if you get tomorrow and start flopping them?
If I drop a burger, I swear to God, I'm gonna be kind of like.
What if you flip it and it goes like sideways in between?
I've had that happen, believe it or not. Actually,
really?
I flipped the burger, like it just like this, but it was on the edge. So instead of flipping like this way, it went this way.
And it went in between, like into the charcoal.
I got gas, but it stuck right there. But it cooked that so quick though, and by the time the fire was melting, like the fat was all burning on the fire,
funny.
Flames was flying. I was like, man, this burger is half charred and half raw right now.
We're gonna cut this piece of the podcast and post like how flipping burgers got me in the film industry. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, low-key, flipping burgers low-key got me into the film industry. Your boy went from, I was spinning pizzas at Papa Murphy's. I was making potatoes at Spuds and Stuffs. I was what else did I? Oh, Little Caesars. I was trapping out a Little Caesars.
Little Caesars?
Literally, bro.
In St. Joe?
No. And back in Evansville, and back in Indiana. And literally, bro, like low key, like I don't know how much we can put this together. I mean, honestly, like I think it's over 7 years.
Don't indict yourself, all right? Whatever you do, do not indict yourself.
I don't know if can I still though? That's the thing.
I wouldn't risk it.
True, he's right. I'm not gonna risk that. Like I told y'all,
dry snitch on yourself.
Like I told y'all, there's a lot of shit about me that is gonna come to light during this podcast and be like, did he say trapping out of a Caesars? But bro, like,
we love your podcast and we think you're a great producer, but we just can't hire you.
We can't hire you.
You were slinging dough out this Little Caesars. Like I don't know what to tell you.
What were you trapping out of Caesars?
Yeah. We need more information.
Were you pest control? Were you like? Oh, baby, I was actually like putting things into things, like nah.
Pepperonis.
Yeah, I was trapping pepperonis, but no, like I was doing that, and then like the real challenge was when I got hired on at Steeplechase is what it was called, the Steeplechase Cafe inside the Clarion Inn on 41 South. Shout out to all them people. That's a whole nother fam that I will forever be indebted to. But no, the Steeplechase was like, I think we were rated like 3 or 4 stars, something like that. Like we cooked some shit, like, and we made the menu every night differently. Obviously, we had like our obvious choices on the menu, but from that we can add on 2 or 3 more things. There's always be a special that we create, whatever we want. I had my own burger on the menu. My buddy had his meatball sub on the menu. We made duck one night just because we didn't know what to do with the duck that was just been sitting in the freezer for 2 months. So we was like, fuck it, we're gonna make duck tonight. And so it was a learning experience, learning how to cook all these different types of food in this like back. It wasn't even I wouldn't even say back alley. It was just like, this is all coming from a restaurant inside this hotel on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
That you just never knew. Like, if I stop at this hotel, I'm either gonna get like stabbed, raped, maybe get some drugs,
or some duck,
or some duck, or you get some grilled fucking duck with some. We put an orange zest on it.
So tomorrow, whenever like, is this outdoor? Are you filming these exteriors? Or?
All outdoor, bro.
So tomorrow, once like
tailgating,
the silks are up or the flags are up, and they got like the bounce board or whatever they have, and the director says action. Are you gonna like embody like the last like 15 years of you working in restaurants? And like, this is for you, my manager at Cheddar's. This is for my homies at Little Caesars. And you're
bro.
gonna be like,
yes, bro.
Like, we made it. You know,
even Cheddar's. I give shout outs to my homie Cheddar's. Joe Flasco. I can't even think of who else is still there. I think all the managers already quit besides Joe, actually. Oh, I think Pete's still there. My homie Pete's still there. But even like, what's funny about Cheddar's is, real quick, in the 4 years, because I got that job.
I love we're talking about Cheddar like at midnight, like the most random
times.
Like,
I got that job the year after my second year I came back, so like 15, 16. Bro, I worked that job up until I even got in my trouble too. So like up until like 18, 19, I worked at Cheddar's too. But low key, bro, in the 3-year span, I only worked there for 1 year. Like low key, bro. Low key.
So you were still employed, but like
no, like so the first time I worked there for like 3 or 4 months, and then got a different job somewhere else. And then I went back to Cheddar's for like another like 2 or 3 month stint. Yeah. And then that's when I got in my trouble. And I didn't get in trouble. I love Cheddar's and kind of went MIA and was just kind of on my own shit for a minute.
So you were working like 3 months every year type of thing?
Yeah, like 3 months every year, like 3 or 4 months every year. Yeah. And then when I was finally done after I got the job at Home Depot, I was even talking to Joe, and then I was like, hey, y'all want to know something? I need to see my applications, and then we put them all together because I had to fill out an application every time. I was like, you see, like there's 3 different years here, y'all, but like I really only have 1 solid good year here total. Yeah. And it was crazy, but I was known as a vet. I was known as a veteran in that kitchen, and I guarantee
it's because everybody else quit in those 3 years.
No, bro, no, there was people still in that kitchen. No offense, it was Mexicans still in that kitchen.
They're in every kitchen, bro.
From the first day they opened, bro. They were still there.
There's no like, bro. You go to China, like the Mexicans, like my people are out here cooking your favorite food wherever you go, whether it's
wherever you go.
American food, Chinese food, Italian food.
Chinese food specifically, I'll be hella confused.
That's a whole thing, bro.
When I see a Hispanic families coming out the back of China houses, I'm like, excuse me, sir.
That's a whole, bro. They be paying for like their housing. Like they be pretty much like indentured slaves, bro. They'd be like, hey, we'll bring you over here. Don't worry about rent. Just work 80 hours a week.
Bro.
We'll pay you like it's a whole thing, bro. It's pretty
That's
crazy.
A whole racket.
I gotta do more research before I talk about it, but like it's crazy. Like,
oh my God. Damn,
like
them niggas is no better than the chicken farmers we was fucking with.
Nah, bro. It's all, bro. It's all here. It's all schemes and games, bro. Like they're trying to just maximize profits. Take advantage of people.
Why is America a third world country with a Gucci belt?
It is. But it's funny because it's like America think like it's like that person that like has the money to like
change everything,
but they go buy a Gucci belt.
Exactly.
And like that's like the whole like mentality Americans have. It's like I have like I make decent money. Like I'm like 1% of the whole world probably. You know, like I have
1%, nigga. I'm lucky to even get a percentage. I'm fucking with you.
But think about this: like America, like the 1% of America is like 0.1% of the world.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But anyways, before we cut this, another topic has to be for another episode is like the jobs we worked before we went full time doing filmmaking.
Oh, I would love to talk about.
We can break down our life lessons, what we learned, and how it applies.
I got a whole bunch of shit to talk about from all the jobs that we worked, bro. I mean, even though tonight wasn't really fully on like filmmaking, like we talked about some kind of filmmaking shit, because we got to keep you guys like eager and wondering what we really are going to talk about as like, episodes go on and shit.
Honestly, we don't know what the hell we're going to talk about. We're just like
that too. I wasn't going to say it, but he did.
Look, you're going to get our authentic self. Like we're not going to get a front and be like, yeah, we got a whole script and thing planned. Like we're coming here just talking off our experience, off what's on our heart.
Yeah, like we're not. I mean, there's already so many famous podcasts out there about filmmaking. It's like it's so hard. Even with that, it's so hard to get into because, like,
bro, there's so many great filmmaking podcasts. Like, if you want to learn about filmmaking specifically, like, don't listen to our podcast.
Don't listen to our podcast.
Like, we're not going to tell you.
At least, like, maybe like go back. You can listen to life lessons that have to do with filmmaking. But
if you want to get into like being a DP, listen to the Wandering DP podcast. That literally like changed like the whole way I shoot. There's so many.
If you my favorite filmmaking podcast, and like this is probably everybody's, but if you, shout out to Alex Ferrari. Indie film hustle, bro. Like he has a podcast, right? Yeah, Rise of the Filmtrepreneur. If you guys haven't listened to that podcast,
bro,
I suggest every filmmaker go out there and listen to that.
It's
podcast.
A must.
I read it. I listened to it the whole way down.
It's a book, right? It's not a podcast.
Yeah, it's a book. Well, he has a podcast too.
But the Rise of the Filmtrepreneur is a book.
Yeah, the Rise of the Filmtrepreneur is a book, but he has a Rise of the Filmtrepreneur podcast where he brings on like certain people that he talks about in the book and like how they did their whole like distribution game or like made the money off the skin game. And like I kid you not, y'all, as soon as I listened to this book, I immediately called this fool and was like, you need to download and read this shit right now. And he absolutely did it. And then like 2 weeks later we came up with All Love No Beef.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother episode for y'all because we in a lawsuit right now.
Bro, we're going to break down lawsuits. We're going everything that we're going through, like we want to share it. That's why we wanted to make this podcast. And
100%.
We haven't even like brought on guests yet. Like we're going to have guests. Like we have to make I told him like and like a BTS part, I was like, we're going to have to like reconfigure our lighting setup because we're going to need like more space for guests. But
we will.
Ideally, like we're in Kansas City, so like we have such a big pool of talent and like DPs, ACs, producers,
right?
Like people that we can bring on, like gaffers. So the goal is to bring them on and tap into like their perspective, not as much like their technicality of stuff. I feel like I really want to I learn the most just like talking to people.
Yeah, I love learning about people and reading people and like
and how they like react to things.
Exactly.
That's like the biggest way I learn.
Finding how. Because you definitely have to learn how to react to things quickly. Because I tell you what, though, being a PA, my very first job, that Nestle job, sure, I came in guns blazing, think I was gonna understand it all, but like it was completely different than just regular PAing that we did at Mo West. Like that half-ass PAing I did for. Damn, man, there's a lot of names I cannot drop because it's just evil of me. But like,
no, we're not here to name drop.
You're not gonna name drop anybody.
Yeah, unless someone really fucks up.
Oh, bro, but come on, man. There's a handful of them already. I could name, but nah, you're right.
Not on the first episode.
Not on the first episode. I'm gonna keep it cordial.
It's positive and love until you do some slimy shit. Then you gotta learn. You have to be held accountable.
It's no beef, just love, bro.
Until we get sued.
Yes.
It's all beef.
It's all beef.
No, I'm just playing. Hopefully we get that figured out.
Bro, I hope we get that figured out too. I can't wait to tell y'all about that. I mean, so honestly, bro, I think I think that this is a safe bet to end. Like, I mean, there's definitely.
It's been an hour long.
It's been an hour. I mean, that's good though. That's what.
Yeah, that's a good length.
That's kind of what we wanted, and you guys got to know us a little bit. I mean, I know that we probably like trailed off on things here and there that you guys are like wanting.
We'll get better at it.
Yeah, we'll get better at it. You guys are probably got some questions and shit, but hey, you know what? If you do want to ask questions, go ahead and drop a comment. And then if you do want to check us out, you can go to our website, www.pangeadreams.com. That's Pangaea.
Yep.
Yeah, dreams.com. I am Jarrell Washington at Washington Jarrell on IG. That's JOREL. And you gonna throw out your handle?
Yeah. At Esai, ESAI, Signs, SAENZ. If you're watching the video, hopefully you're watching the video format of this, but I'll put our titles on here.
Yeah. If you are listening,
go with links. I think Spotify,
click Chatterbox, Google Podcasts. I'm sure these niggas got links.
Maybe we'll put it like in the photo.
Can I say nigga on podcast?
This is our podcast.
Oh, that's true.
We don't got no sponsors yet. We can say whatever the fuck we want.
So yeah, that's also the thing, y'all. I do not hesitate to say the N-word. I can give a damn who cares about it, in all honesty. Like, and you know what's funny about that? Let's go into this real quick, and then I'll end it. I have started saying the N-word on set, bro, and it's become like a thing of people just being like, that's just Jarrell. Like, I never was like, oh, this is I
weird.
accidentally called somebody else a nigga on set once, and like, it was just jokingly, bro. And I'm not gonna say the person's name. I'm not even gonna say the department they work in, but like, the N-word just happened to slip out of my mouth in a joking manner, and like, that person is definitely not for the N-word.
But the thing is, like, you're black, so like, it'd be weird if you weren't. If you weren't black and you were just dropping that, I'd be like, "What? Okay, hold the fucking phone. Like, what's going on?"
I still keep saying niggas so much.
I'd be like, "Hold on, but we gotta call PR. We gotta like."
I'm like Dave Chappelle. I watched a lot of Dave Chappelle growing up. Like, that was that was the thing. Yeah. Like, when that was my middle school venture, was when Dave Chappelle show was hitting and like the last in the elementary school. But like, you notice that Dave,
I saw my first titty on a pilot episode of Dave Chappelle. I think it was the first titty I ever saw, and I was like, what the heck,
bro? I saw my first titty on BET Underground Uncut. Tip drill video. Hey, shout out to Nelly boy. Tip drill. Every 30-year-old, 40-year-old knows exactly what I'm talking about. BET Uncut tip drill video. It was like 10 minutes long, and there was nothing but just ass and titties everywhere in this video, bro. Yeah. And they could only show it late night on BET. But I don't even forgot what I was talking about after that, because you got me talking about titties in the middle of the night.
We need to go to sleep. What are we doing?
Yeah, bro. This is one of those podcasts that we would just keep rambling on for no damn reason. But all right, y'all. Once again, I'm Jarrell Washington, and this is Filming in Progress. I'm with my co-host
Esai Signs.
Peace out, y'all.
All right, that was good.
It was fire.
Success.